You know, one of the earliest forms of cooperative livestock marketing can be found right here in the volunteer state. The Tennessee Wool Pool was started over 100 years ago for producers to pool their wool together to get a better price when it was time to sell. The Wool Pool was sponsored by the Tennessee Sheep Producers Association and assisted by the UT Extension Service and Tennessee Farmers Cooperative. And though the volume of wool is not what it used to be, the Tennessee Wool Pool is still going strong.
It may be the oldest wool pool in the country, longest running wool pool in the country. But it was started as a service to the Tennessee sheep producers where they could bring all their wool in one location, get one buyer that would buy all the wool in bulk and get a good price for it, as opposed to each producer having to go out and find their own buyer for the wool.
Okay, this is number 40. 74. Okay.
Our numbers are dwindling, but they are leveling off a little bit and stabilizing. The other thing that we're looking at is maybe pulling in other southeastern states into this wool pool and making this a southeastern wool pool instead of just a Tennessee wool pool. Because our prices were about 30 cents higher than the next competitive bid.
Pull it out. First thing I look for is to see if there's any black wool in it, okay? Then I come back and I feel of it. I feel that wool. You feel the texture of it. Now it's got a super good crimp, but it's a little medium textured. It's not real fine textured. If you'll get some of that I've graded white face over there, keep that in your hand, you'll be able to tell the difference between the two of them.
This wool was bought by Daryl Keese out of Texas, and he is going to ship it to a wool washer up in the Carolinas. It'll be washed, and half the weight will be in the lanolin and the dirt. And then once it's washed, it's repacked, and I assume it's sent back to Texas where it'll be made into fabric and different wool items.
We've got about 60 head. We've got purebred Suffolk, purebred Dorset, and some commercial sheep. And we try to bring our wool down here every year for the wool pool. It's a lot of hard work and back-breaking work, but they got to be shared, so you got to do it one way or another.
I have Gulf Coast native sheep. In my opinion, they have an excellent wool and they're also excellent meat. And for years, we've sheared the sheep and didn't have any market for the wool. And I found out through the agencies at home that there was a wool pooling organization, probably the longest in the nation. So I brought it up, 2 bags, and I'm well pleased with what I have seen and the arrangements that you have and what's happening. You bring it in, they grade it, they weigh it, and you get your money. That's excellent.
We've gotten as high as $1.25, and this year we got 92 cents for it. So it's come back to where you can make a little bit off of the wool now. Within the last 7 to 8 years, we've seen as much as 15 to 20,000 pounds of wool come through the Columbia and the Mara wool pools. And like I say, it's come down since then and kind of stabilized.
Well, the Tennessee Wool Pool, a long-standing tradition, and they're looking to expand their resources to neighboring states.